Now, for the last near 40 years, I have been labeled as an anti-Semite. And most of you have heard that name applied to me and to us. They called me in, invited me to dinner, and I invited them to dinner. Top Jewish scholars came and sat at my table, my father's table, but I'm living in the house. They're sitting at my table, and they're telling me, Farrakhan, you do not try to teach us. Did you hear what I said? I'll give you his name, Rabbi Shalman, who was the dean of all of the rabbis in Chicago. Say, you don't lecture us. That's for me to do. In other words, how dare you, nigga? I mean, underneath, that's what it's all about. How dare you think that you can criticize and correct us? So I looked at the rabbi. I said, Rabbi, there was a rich man in the Bible who persecuted Lazarus. And the rich man died. And Lazarus was in the bosom of Abraham. And the rich man said, hey, Laz, could you come down and put a drop of water on my parched tongue? Abraham wouldn't even let Lazarus speak. He said, there's a gulf between you and him, and he can't come to put no water on your tongue. So the rabbi knows the parable. He had some brothers. He said, well, could you let him go to my 5 brothers and give them some water? Because evidently the whole family was catching hell. And Abraham said, no, he can't come to your brother or your brothers. I said, you know, Rabbi, are you telling me that if I came from God with a message for you, that you would reject me because of my color and the wisdom that is in my mouth is for your salvation? Would you do that, Rabbi? Now, he don't know where I'm going, and at the time, I didn't either. But now let's look at it. Did you know that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, when you come into the full understanding of Jesus, you will awaken at once. Are you asleep? Yes, you are. You have a degree or two of consciousness, but don't get it twisted. See, God don't sleep all day. God don't lay in the bed looking at TV, hoping that something's going to come and change his condition. You understand what I'm saying? The rabbi would not accept wisdom from me to correct his people because of the color of my skin. Now, the name of this subject is Jesus is the key. It was a long time getting to it, but I had to lay the right base. Now look at this. Muslims and Christians argue. There may be some Christian scholars in this house, and I would like to engage you for a moment. This is not vanity, nothing. I just want to talk to you about Jesus. You say, wow, if we knew the history of Jesus, the truth of him, we would awaken at once. What is there about the knowledge of Jesus that is hidden from us, that if we knew it, we'd be up and moving? Could it be that that's why Jesus said, you shall know what? And what would truth do? Are you free? Well, then you don't know. So the Bible, Paul talking, how can they know except they have a teacher? How can they have a teacher except he be sent? White folk ain't sending you no teacher to free you from their grip. God has to send one for you.